Well, hey there. Welcome to another episode of Ark ATA. All the Arks, all the Ascensions, all the achievements. Belmathuin here. And today, you might notice that it looks a little bit different over here. I did away with that derpy little trap I had on the edge of the water. And of course, the second I hit the record button, starts raining. And I don't really feel like waiting for it to stop raining, so we're going to deal with it. Okay, so I cleared out this entire area, except for those three little trees over there, of trees, rocks, and quite a bit of fiber. And, well, of course, and thatch. Just to make this. Because I want to be able to get some utility dinos to get my stone, my thatch, my wood without me having to use my tools. They get it faster, they get it better, and most of them have weight reductions as well. So, super useful. But they're all berry eaters. They're all herbivores. Thank you, Rain. Thank you. So they're all berry eaters, which means they take forever to tame. Especially if you get a high level one. And I don't know about you, but I don't like waiting for herbivores to come up, because they just take forever. Alright, so I decided we need a source of regular kibble. We can use the regular kibble to get baryonyx, we can use it to get the Ankies as well, and it just seems like it'd be really useful to have. I got chased by this little feller, and I remembered he's in the same category. Terror birds will actually make regular kibble too, and maybe, just maybe, their eggs will be easier to see and to pick up. They take up a little bit more space, but they're also kind of cool pets to have. They're cool dinos to tame. They do the little flappy wing thing. And like I could jump off that cliff and use the little flappy wing thing to kind of glide across the pond. Actually goes a pretty decent distance. Pretty decent early game. Well, not flight, but early game traverse, I guess. You can get quite a bit of the way across the map if you come off a mountain with one of those. So I thought, we're going to give this guy a try. And terror birds are all over the place in the redwoods here. They're a little bit easier to tame. They're a little bit easier to see the eggs. And they have, they have some uses. We can have some fun. We can play around with them. And quite frankly, their level for the kibble farm does not matter. Oh, this guy's already running. Now, he just happens to be 125. That's the only reason that I'm taming a 125. Come on. The terror birds, I can get them to follow me up this ramp, or that ramp, or that ramp to get into any of these three pens. I specifically built this because I figured if I'm going to have to wait for three different herbivores to come back up, then I would use my RG to bring them over to these three separate pens. Knock them all out, let them starve at the same time, and then hopefully have some regular kibble for them. And apparently headshots on terror birds don't mean a thing. Now, how are you running but not going down? Okay, you're really, really close. Terror birds seem to be the smallest footprint for your base. I want to find out which one of them produces eggs faster. Because that could be important. And or easier. Because it's terror birds, their butt's a little bit off the ground. You can see. You can crouch, you can go up to them. A little bit like that. and pluck it right there. Alright. Now I am finding something I wasn't expecting in this area. I have now 3 different times had T-Rexes come over that cliff, knock PETA and Petecherdeb off their perch, and mess up all my little dinos inside. Actually, the last time was pretty recently. I was up that hill, overloaded on rock and wood, trying and almost out of stamina, trying to run down the hill because I heard the Rex roar, and I see him knocking those guys off and he was trying to kill PETA. It was actually a level 90 Rex too. I was kind of tempted to try to tame him, you know, just because he'd be a great little home defense unit. In fact, I probably should have. I don't think I could have gotten him in this pen, and I think Rexes can actually could possibly step over a too high wall. I'm not positive though. I am not sure how fast. Well, their torpidity goes down. I'd say about a medium rate. It's not super fast, but it is going down. Do I have prime? Probably not. No, I used the prime from that Rex to get that last female, the level 95 female dimorphodon. So let's see. There's Diplos like all over the place. There's Parasaurs all over the place. But can I find one quickly, because Terror's bar is like halfway gone. Alright, I'm gonna get some prime, probably off this Parasaur, and get that Terror Bird up, and we'll meet back up. Here's the hoping. Now I did go out and I saw a flock of Terror Birds, picked them up, and this one happened to be level 60 female. Dropped her off here, went back out to the to the rest of the flock, and I only found one of that flock. But you see that? Why are you running? Level 145 female. That's pretty good. We'll definitely take that. And I only have the doors on this particular pen in case another Hesperornis spawns over there. I understand that you can use UD eggs now for the extraordinary kibble, but I don't know if they're going to keep that or if that's a temporary change. So just in case, I want to keep an open line to the Hesperornis way. We'll definitely go out and get a UD if that's working right now. But we're also going to have to make sure that if they change it back, or if it was an unintended change, that we have other options. And let me out of here. This would be so much easier from the top of one of these ramps. It's kind of the point, isn't it? I'm still gonna miss, but... Oh, and that raptor, I don't know if I mentioned it. That raptor happened to be trying to kill me. I ran up a ramp, into the pen. Convenient way to get anything around here that's trying to kill me off of me. And then I can, at my leisure, decide whether to tame it or not. Right now he's kind of just playing guard duty. I mean, he's on passive right now because of, you know, the whole taming thing, but... There we go. I may actually run out of darts. There we go. Alright, well, I'm going to get these two tamed up and find a couple of more. Because I'd like to have 6 females. So what do I need? I need 4 more females to go with... Well, honestly, these ones I might just breed. Because 145 female. And the male was 125. It might be easier just to breed them and see if I can't get some good stats. Oh my god, I am not doing so well at this. There we go. Are you down yet? You're only halfway. There we go. And you, Mr. Bird. Let's take half of those. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna just continue to decorate the floor with little red dots. And we'll be back. Well, it's raining again. But I have managed to breed up a couple of birds. What one are you? And so, female. Nice. Yeah, we definitely need more females. Reg. Kibble. Or I could spell it right, you know, that would be nice. So you come here. Are you coming here? Alright. Wait, no. I wanted to give you a little bit of food. Alright. So you need to stop following me. And stop wandering. And stay right there. Alright. So I just wanted to quickly show you the cool little trick with the terror birds. Because they're fun. Really no other reason than that. They're not super useful like late game or anything. They're not even super useful. Well, I mean, they're decent ground mounts. They got some speed to them. But the main thing I want to show you is this. Hold down the space bar, and you can actually maneuver pretty well in the air. I mean, you can maneuver surprisingly well in the air. I got some good distance. It was all the way over there, and I didn't go in a straight line. I would have actually been able to make it to that island. But instead, I just want you to come back here. And you are almost done. That's going to be the new father. That was the first baby. Doing a little bit better stats. And potentially good breeding material with mama bird here. I really wish it wasn't raining again. I wish there was an option to turn off the graphics for the rain. If there is, please let me know about it down in the comments. Because, that would be awesome. Alright, well, I'm gonna get a bunch more of these. Alright, so we might not wait as long as I was planning on waiting. Because I was just kind of swooping around looking for a couple more terror birds. And I was also checking every Doedicurus that I found. Just swooping them up and doing this. Found a 140. And it's not a terrible color. I definitely think this one needs to be at least put in a pen, if not tamed immediately. Right there. Okay, so you're in that pen. I do have a couple of girls over there to lay eggs. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and I have a fourth one right there in a pen. So I'm gonna keep flying around, see what I can find, because these seem to be staying in the pen pretty well. For a second there, I thought that might have been a capro or something, or yeah, no, it was just a galley. Frickin' galleys. Okay, so I've gotten, what do we got? 2, 4, 6. Gotten 6 female terror birds up and running. I've actually waited around a bit, watched some TV while I let the game world run a little while, and wound up getting, I think, 7 or 8 eggs now. I just picked up another one, and we've got them for regular kibble, but dimorphodons are great little substitutes for was it simple kibble? I believe it is. Yep, simple kibble. So while I was doing that, doing the terror birds, I figured I would tame up some dimorphodons. Got a male right there, and I've got 6 females kind of all around him. And if you didn't know about this, you can put a little, like a ceiling tile, and then you pick up your, well, let's see if I can do it with this one. So we'll pick up our dimorphodon, look at the ground while we're like right next to the ceiling, and there we go. Now she is right up there. She's going to drop her eggs and poop right on the ground like this, because if you didn't know, their poop and their eggs like to go under their bodies, and it's pretty near impossible without just picking them up every couple of minutes and tossing them to another corner to tell if they've laid an egg or not. I'll just squat down here. I've also made a ton, I mean a ton, of fertilizer while going through this whole process. Yeah. What is that? That's nothing but fertilizer in there. There's 47 of them in there. And let's see, we got our fridge going. So tea. Alright, so now we have 8 terror bird eggs. So we can make 8 regular kibble off of that. We have 11 dimorph eggs, and we can easily make some simple kibble out of that. The simple kibble is going to be super useful for, well, it would have been useful for our iguanodons. It'll be good for morellataps, oviraptors, Archaeopteryx, Rhinos, Diplocolus, Gallimimus, giant bees, which might come in handy pretty soon, Ichthyosaurus, the dolphins. We already know about the iguanodons. Morellataps, that's going to be useful in the Scorched Earth map for us. Also, Pachy's, Pegos. Yeah, like we want one of those. Megalosaurus, those big moose with the antlers. Triceratops, we've already got one. Be good for a high-level raptor if we happen to find one. So that's going to be super useful for all that stuff. The regular kibble is going to be useful for, well, let's see, anglers, ankies, baryonyx, Belzebuffos, the froggies, Carbonimes, yeah, Carbonimes. That's the turtles, Carnos, Dimetrodons, the dino version of a air conditioner, Diplodocus, those big angry things that don't do any damage but like to aggro on everything. Ardodicarus, that's Dodicarus, and the Yankee. That's the main reason that we're doing the terror birds in the first place. It'd also be handy for Gigantopithecus, because that could be fun. We could have used it for our Ichthyornis. Caprosuchus also. Kentrosaurus, Lamantria, Pelagornis, Pterodons, Scorpions, Perlovia, Sabertooth, Sarco, Stego, Thorny Dragon, and Volanosaur. Now, out of that whole list that also produce eggs that can be used for regular kibble, terror birds seem like the easiest and most accessible. Now, as you can see, through the process of getting all the terror birds and the dimorphs, I got a bunch of drops, and I also got a bunch of alpha raptor and carno kills. We wound up with this awesome really, really freaking good Ankylo saddle. I think that was a red drop with a ring around it. We got this Dodicarus saddle that's pretty good. We probably won't ever use the Diplo. Well, we might use the Diplo saddle. And the Gallimimus might be something down the road. Really gotta get this. You know what? I keep forgetting to put that over on Petetradeb. We should definitely do that. I gotta go through and get rid of some of these duplicate recipes. But other than that, we've done pretty well with some alpha drops, a whole bunch of alpha drops, and some actual useful recipes or saddles. We also got 154 pickaxe and 193 Mastercraft axe. Super happy about that. So, okay, yeah, I grabbed the bolas. Now, is there one nearby? Because the terror birds, they're pretty easy. You pick them up with an RG, drop them into a trap, or have them chase you up a ramp down into the trap. But the dimorphs take a little bit extra. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and find one, and I'll bring you back. Alright, so I managed to find a dimorph, but these little buggers like to run all over the place. They don't stand still very long, and really all you gotta do, hit them with the bola, and then switch to your trank, level 10, oh, male. Uh-oh, I see the, no! Actually, we want to get rid of this one. Alright, now where's the other one? Because the other one's got to be a female. This female might actually be good for us. Oh, crap. I wonder why they lost interest in me. Oh, of course. Turn her at the last second. Let me up! Yeah, there's no way it's anywhere near. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't the female, but it'll do. A dart right to the face. Ooh, there's the female. How did I miss that? And... oh! Yeah, for some reason, sometimes they go like in a straight line. And it's like they're flying away from you. Or flying towards center? I'm not sure. But anyway, we've got our prime example right over here, even though we don't need him. And at this point, literally all you gotta do is slap a little bit of meat in his inventory, and he's good to go. But we've already got a male. We don't need him. And he's not high enough level to keep. If he was like a 140 or higher, I might have kept him for breeding purposes, but no. Just isn't worth it. Alright, so we've got our basic kibble set up over in our starter base with a bunch of dodos. We've got our simple kibble all set up now with dimorphs on their handy dandy ceiling tile. And we've got our regular kibble all set up with these terror birds. I think I'm gonna probably kill off all these low level ones because, you know, let's see, that one, and that one I can't ride. I can get on them, but like I can barely get them to move, if at all. So I figure, since I've got a decent mommy and daddy, I would just go ahead and... oh, there is one right there. What do we got? Female, nice, 217. Yeah, we'll just get a bunch of those. Whose stats do you have? You have Mama stat, or Mama's health. Any, one mutation. Okay, what'd you get a mutation in? No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so that's Mama's melee. Well, Mama and Papa's melee. Can you let me down? Thank you. Get this young lady off of wandering. And off of following. And we're still passive. Alright. So if I remember correctly, I want the Mama's health. And everything else I want is the dad's. 540. 192. Alright, so you're not great. You got Mama's health. You have both their melee. But you don't have the stamina or the weight that that the daddy has. And you got a mutation, which seems to be probably wasted in food, if I'm guessing. Maybe oxygen. I don't know. It's not in anything. Well, is that a health? That might be a health. Yeah, it is a health mutation. And then, ooh, 221. That's a definite mutation. Alright, so now Stable wandering. You stop following too. And what do you got? Alright, so you have Mama's health. And you have 0 mutations. Huh, so you must have Papa's stats. Yep, weight. You got Papa's weight. So eventually I'll wind up with one that has the health, the stamina, the weight, and the new mutated health. But really this is just a side project. See if I can't get a couple cool looking mutations. If I had to guess, they didn't get a color mutation. No, because the purple is definitely from the parents. The little purple spots, if you can see them. Huh. Well, I'm gonna grab some food. I'm gonna feed them guys up. Those young ladies up. And they'll replace some of these lower level guys. Or gals. And maybe we'll even breed up one that is just for fun. One that will try and see how far across the map we can flap its wings. But I think until then, I think we're gonna call it an episode. We already did basic kibble in a previous one. We got our simple kibble setup with a handy dandy little trick there, and we've got a pretty small footprint regular kibble peoples. They are gonna provide us with everything that we need to go ahead and get the Doedicurus and the Anki in the next episode. So, if you liked what you saw, learned a thing or two, let me know. Hit that like button, hit me up down in the comments, and definitely subscribe. If you want to see what other series I have got a pretty long Minecraft series. I've got some tutorials, I've got an extinction series. I got all sorts of stuff and things. So I guess until next episode, I hope everyone has a good night.